looks a little softer and has had rather more wear than we were when we were here for the European competition. And it says something, I think, of Norwich City that their players are now as familiar as those of Manchester United as a result of that fine attempt in European competition for the first time. Up by Newman. Giggs, first run. Cantona out on the left flank. That's looking for Kanchelskis on the right. Keane, goal! Suddenly there was so much space. And Roy Keane gets his first since November. And nothing that Brian Gunn could do about it. Giggs, who started, had Cantona to his left, found Kanchelskis, whose first touch wasn't great. In came Keane and into the corner. May have got a slight deflection off the defender.
Magnificent break by Giggs. I mean, that was United, what they've been about all season, the counter-attack, and 3 or 4 men eventually got in the 18-yard box. Kanchelskis knocked it back to Keane, and suddenly, from being on the defensive, they've gone 1-up.
Kanchelskis, still, and still, off the bar.
His blistering pace just destroyed 3 defenders there, and actually Culverhouse went for the tackle, clipped him, and he did very well to stand on his feet, and he thought he was going to score, hit the woodwork, and a second goal then could have been a desperate one for Norwich.
Kanchelskis, still Manchester United, a notch up. Oh, there might well have been 2 goals up. Giggs on the end of the cross.
Well, he's scintillating today, isn't he? His pace and acceleration, he's whipping in some excellent crosses. That was a perfect one. Ryan Giggs just perhaps getting beyond the near post and couldn't quite get it on target, but I mean, he just using his acceleration to get away from Colin Woodthorpe, and Ryan Giggs just couldn't quite divert it on target. But at the moment, I mean, it's almost an action replay of the first half, and you feel a second goal is inevitable unless Norwich in some way do change it. And Cuckoo and his exercise and his legs in the far corner, the top end of the pitch, and probably just waiting for a signal, but I would have thought sooner rather than later.
That was an observation made during the course of the first half. Pallister's header. Krookenins. Still in. Newman. Bit of time for John Polston. Had no change at all, Chris Sutton. Owen. Free kick is given. Crook helps Ince to his feet. Smooth as silk. Corner.
Got a feeling we might see an action replay of that one. That was him at his very best, wasn't it? His balance, twisting and turning, running at a defender, which I'm sure is any defender's nightmare.
And that young man was off his seat watching. That's what's so good about it. Bruce trying to get there. Difficult for Megson, but he gets the clearance in. Kanchelskis. Cantona wants it in the middle. Won by Keane. Crook again. Byrne. all back by Kanchelskis. Bowen, Megson, Bowen, Keane not taking any chances, and Schmeichel is furious about that. One or two encouraging signs for Norwich City. Megson, Parker. We've had 2/3 of the match, and for the first time Norwich City are asking just a few questions. Goss, better strike, great stop, and wide. The second two from Bolston. It's still in play. They're queuing up, and Parker does well. I don't want to labour the point, but if you added a Coco to all this, might it not make that bit of difference? Bowen. Tremendous couple of blocks by Peter Schmeichel. He was really lifted by the annoyance of Keane taking the ball away. There was the first save, which knocked it out to Polston coming in. Look how he's poised. Blocks it as it's aimed straight for his nose. And the follow-up, Polston comes off the side of the boot and wide. Goss won't get there. Did well to make anything of it. Crook. It's a bit strong, but Bowen plays it in early. Woodthorpe. Sutton is underneath it. Fox. Goss! Well, we're not lacking entertainment now.
Well, it's a completely different match, isn't it? There's so many more numbers in there now. Look, Colin Woodthorpe had been marooned in defence all afternoon, suddenly hooked that one. It scrambles, and if you see as it comes back here, it just won't come down early enough. It sits up, and Goss gets in position, but he can't get over the ball, can see the defenders coming in, and hooks it over the top.
Cantona given the present and scores, and Rob Newman goes down in despair. He's hardly been in the match, the Frenchman, but his goal has surely won it for Manchester United. Gift did well with the nod down, and as Gunn came to meet him, he found the hole.
Well, he's a crestfallen defender, isn't he? Because trying to knock it to Culverhouse at the right back, and I thought he just knocked it too far. Cantona kept his head and his touch superbly, didn't need to finish off. Probably the last person you wanted to give the ball to in those situations. They got away with a couple, didn't they? Kanchelskis and Hughes just before that, but it was third time lucky for United.
Durkin has one look at the watch on his wrist, and one look is sufficient. Eric Cantona with the killer goal, although some will argue that he should have long since left the pitch after Roy Keane had given Manchester United a 19th minute lead. But in the second half, with a tactical change, Norwich City did very, very much better, and was certainly threatening when Rob Newman's error enabled Cantona to put the game beyond the home side's reach. And who awaits next in the draw for Manchester United?